back. I'm so glad you could join me today. Today, what's a lot of stuff going on today? Let me let, let me explain to you why I got done up here. Uh, First of all, let me run the colors across the screen that you'll need to paint along with me. While they're doing that, I'm gonna explain everything. I've been changing my material. It's same material but I spray painted like my palette knife, so it would still have a glare but not too bad as before. I duct taped the handles of my brushes so they won't glare. I bought new mics, I bought new stuff. I hope this will boost my quality of these videos. And I hope to make the best videos I could possibly make to produce for you guys. You guys deserve the best, and I want to put out the best I can. And by now they probably ran the colors across the screen. So we have a 16 by 20 inch canvas, pre-stretch, uh, double prime, or I usually say that backwards. Double prime pre-stretch canvas, and I add a thin layer of liquid clear. Now it's a slight blue tint because the brush I used had a little blue, and it kind of tinted the oil, but it's fine. We're good. And my palette's messy. I was working on a commission painting. It's a bit messy. You might notice bright red and yellow ochre. We're probably not gonna use those, but I still have them on my palette because they're leftovers. Let's get started into today's painting video. Let's go ahead. Let's grab in. Let's get started quick. No wasting time. Let's go into a little bit of the phthalo blue color. Phthalo blue. Oh, and since there's no liquid white, I have to line it myself, huh? I do have liquid white, I just chose not to. I'ma just dance in a crazy little sky. Now, I want to make these videos easy where you guys could make these well, not make the videos, make the paintings on your first try, but also where it's not too bland, not too boring, not too where you're over it in the first 10 seconds. Just loading up some blue. Just get crazy with it. I could almost just close my eyes and just go around. Crazy, right? Get crazy. Go across, go up, go down. Doesn't really matter. Now, I'm gonna go into a little bit of titanium white. And let's come up here. And I'm just tapping in a brief little cloud, I don't know if you guys could see it as I could see it in person, but I'm gonna add a bit more white just in case. That one comes down there. I'm gonna wipe my brush down here. I have some paper towels in the top corner of the brush, going in circles. Just blend that cloud out. Lift it up. And I'm trying to learn this new, more advanced painting technique. So if I do learn it, I'm gonna do 2 channels instead of 1, advanced and beginners. This would be like beginners. Okay. Let's go ahead. Let's start with the palette knife already. Let's try out the new black palette knives. I painted them with the black spray paint, so hoping it won't shine too much. alizarin crimson, and some phthalo blue, which will make this beautiful, beautiful lavender color. But you gotta be careful because phthalo blue is a pretty strong color. And we'll take some blue, yellow, make some green. Put some green towards it. Oh my god, there's mosquitoes here. Maybe some crimson to that. I don't want it too green, but I don't want it. It's hard to explain. You'll see right now when I get the color. But when you're painting, mix up the color you desire. It shouldn't be simply because I mix up that color or that tone. And I thank you guys for watching my videos and sharing my videos. I've noticed. I thank you so much for that. Channel's growing little by little. Alright, so I have this dark color over here. That's sort of just sketching. Maybe like over here. It comes. No. That's too. I feel like that's too centered. Maybe over here. Something like that. Maybe that was more to the center. I'm gonna just go with it and see what happens. Might look like land that broke in half right here. We'll fix it in a bit. You see, can't really see the paint anymore, but because I used it all up, I could just put my brush down. And with the 2-inch, I'm just scrubbing in a basic shape. Basic shape. Just pull it here and there. Now, to this color, I am going to put a pile to the side, right over here. To that color, I'm going to add some cadmium yellow. And I'll turn green. It looked like a violet color over here, but it's more of a greenish color when you put more yellow. And I'm gonna just tone it here. Now I have no fan brushes because when I use them, I forgot to clean them, and now I have to restore the brushes, and it takes a bit more while. So for now, I don't have them. Pull out a bit more cadmium yellow. Just load it on your brush to have it focus better. There we go. Tap and push in your bristles. You should get that even amount of paint on your brush. And lay your brush almost flat. Just tap it. You know, sometimes I know where I'm going with the painting, but today is not one of those days. I am clueless where I'm going with this, but I have to see where I'm going with it. Literally, I only have this one 2-inch brush. I have my Bill Alexander brush, which is a 2.5 inch, and I have 1 inch, and I have these foliage brushes. My other brushes have dried on paint, and I haven't put in the duct tape, so I put those aside. And so I have to make out of what I got. I got a couple 1 inch brushes, so that's good. You know what? Okay, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go through that same dark color. Let's pop in a bushy tree. Always, I pull my brush one direction and I tap and pull again. Now round that one edge a bit. That edge is facing up. Just tap to make a little tree. Something like so. Look at this. I pull one direction, tap, pull one direction. You could see a bit more of that rounded edge. That's, yeah. No, maybe you don't see a stem. That's too dark. I need lighter. So I pull it one direction again. I hope the audio's a bit better. I bought new mics and I'm testing it out, basically. And maybe here and there. Just lift up a few. Okay, I'm gonna make like a waterfall maybe. So for that, since I don't have a fan brush, I'm gonna go with the 1 inch brush. Just tap some paint, pull it out, tap it again. I wanna ensure an even distribution on the bristles. And let's come up here. Just the corner. And I realized in paintings in real life, well, paintings in real life, waterfalls aren't as blue. They're like pretty light. They have like a slight hint. So if you want to add a slight hint, go for it. But they're not really bright in color. They're not really that bright blue. So loading it up, tapping the bristles, and that's a bit too blue. But just to distinguish it a bit, I'm gonna tap some out. And I'm gonna clean off like that white. Let me wipe the knife off. Always make sure to clean your knife. Oh, you could tell the spray paint came off a bit. I'm gonna have to redo that. I don't mind. I actually prefer it looking black than the silver. I like the look better. You guys let me know what you think. You know what? I wanna dance in the cloud a bit more. 2.5 inch corner. And you could do this over and over. There's no saying where you could only do it once or whatever. You could do it as many times as you plead. Some yellow. And let's do an evergreen tree. So pull your brush, you're gonna wiggle the bristles. wiggling the bristles, and pull it straight down. It'll sharpen the edge of your brush, as you could see here, and you could paint an evergreen. Just like that. But it does require quite a few paint. So for those who are scared to use paint, I wouldn't recommend using this brush. But for those who aren't shy to use paint, this brush is a good brush to paint trees once you learn to use it. And it's a hell of a gun to paint trees, and especially bigger ones. Starts to give you a leafy when it gives you like a bushy effect, it's because it's like the paint's like glue. You gotta restock the glue, you could say, and you just redo it by wiggling the paint and pulling it straight across, and just with the corner. You could use the brush at the end, the whole brush, but usually it's the corner, like the pure corner. Wiggle that paint, pull it through thoroughly. Look at that. It's nice and sharp. Let me get it somewhere here. And just tap it. Just like so. You know you did it right when it looks like this, and at the tip of it, it's like shut. Let me move out of the way. The tip's shut. That's how you know it's filled with paint and you have the right amount. Okay, we might come back and put in another tree. Or you know what? Let's do it. Why wait? Let's go ahead. Let's grab blue. Look how much blue I got. And blue is strong, as you know. Let's grab crimson. Let's grab some green. Some yellowish green. Okay, cut a roll. Maybe. Okay, I'm gonna do another cliff real quick. Maybe it comes like that, just that area, and maybe comes down and just lowers over here. I don't know. I'm just putting in my ideas. Again, I'm just here to give you guys ideas. I'm not here to tell you what to paint. What to paint, you'll find that out. You'll say, well, I want to paint this. I want to paint this. Maybe even landscapes aren't your thing, and maybe you might like to paint flowers. Maybe that's the thing. But landscapes are like very relaxing to paint for some reason. At least in my opinion, and I taught someone and they said the same thing. I'm just saying, everyone has their opinions. All right, let's go back up. Or I need. God, time goes by quick when you're enjoying it. Some blue, some yellow. That makes green. Put that here. Oops. Then some crimson. That'll make a brown. More crimson. Oh, that went too much crimson. More green. You see how mixing paint takes a while? You could go back and forth, back and forth. So you got to be careful with how much of what color you put. And let me see. It's still too green for my liking. There we go. It's getting there. Last crimson I got to fix this and make this more to the reddish than green. I like it to the red side, but not when it's crazy amount. Look at this. The little bit of white. That's nice, isn't it? Let me just wipe off my knife. Maybe the palette knives weren't ready. Or maybe the spray paint. I don't know. Because I already took off the paint from one. And now from this other one. Alright, let's come here. Gotta make the sound effects. Just crazy. I have too much fun when I'm painting. I'll tell you that much. I'm gonna put an extra highlight on the highlight. Okay. Let me put some green into there. Some grassy green. I don't like straight lines, so I'm just breaking up that paint color, that paint difference. Load up your brush. I'm gonna put in another tree. Trees should have friends. Load it up nice and full. Maybe this one's a little tilted. Maybe when I was growing, a little animal, a little bear or something just came by the top. Wanted to play with the tree, but the tree wasn't strong enough to play with that cub, and I just leaned it this way. Maybe that's the story of it, you know? it's always nice to make stories up when you're painting. Maybe, oh, maybe this tree is growing. You know what? It's straight. That one's straight. I was gonna make it a little crooked, but maybe this one didn't bother it. Maybe the little bear learned its lesson that when trees are growing, don't lay on them. Maybe it finally learned its lesson. It said, well, I saw what happened with one. I'm not gonna do it again. It said, I don't know what I'm saying at this point. I'm just enjoying this painting process. Okay. A little bit of green. Highlight color. And all I'm doing is tapping. I'm treating this brush as a fan brush. I'm just wiggling that paint, pulling it through, and just pushing upward. That's all I'm doing. It glues it shut, the bristles, if you load enough paint. Okay? Let me highlight the other tree. Needs its little highlight. I'm gonna start trying to do live streams. But if I do, I want you guys there watching, enjoying this live rather than watching a video recorded maybe a couple days old. I think live is the best way to watch something. That's my opinion again, though. Look, load up your brush, tap it. And I do realize we went over the 27-minute mark. I'm gonna try to finish this up as soon as I can. Okay. Let me get this. Let me get some brown. Okay. Do the same for these other ones. You might not see it right now, but oh no, you could actually see it thanks to the light. I underestimate my camera. I used to have a cameraman, but he said he couldn't do it all the time, and luckily I found a way to zoom in and zoom out by myself. And I said, okay, well, if you can't, it's fine. I totally understand. And I found out how to do it. And I pretty much am my own cameraman, producer, editor, everything. Just some gentle highlights. This video went a bit overboard than what I was expecting it, but I was trying to see where I was going with this painting. I think it turned out pretty nice. For some reason, uh, sometimes I'll be scrolling through TikTok and all that, and I'll see artists, and the paintings aren't the best, and I'm like, well, why do so many people love it? And then I see others that are quote unquote Bob Ross certified painting teachers, and I'm like, well, I could paint better than them. I'm like, what am I doing wrong? But I think patience is just key at this point. Patience is key. I got a little muddy here. So I'm gonna just be patient, believe in God's plan. I know God has a plan for me, and believe that you guys will help me out with that plan, and just continue on, not quit. Whether I only have, I think it's 65, 70 people watching, or whether I have 15 million or whatever. 15. I'm not saying 50. I think I will continue. I think, well, I don't think, I know it's a gift from God that I got. And people say, no, you could learn that. You could learn that. But the gift of learning is another gift. So, after all, it is a gift of God. Whether it's the gift of learning or the gift of art. But I like to think it's both. I don't like to take anything for granted. And I think, how I say, God has a plan. He's going to do his part. And I'm going to do my part. Let's round off a corner of my brush. I'm going to put in a big old bush. And then take it through some cad yellow. Sorry you couldn't see that. You see how rounded it is? Just pop it up. Just tapping in some grass highlights. And I'm gonna wash my brush before I sign off. I wanna give you guys that brush cleaning experience. Can't leave without at least one brush clean. Rinse off my brush. Shake it off. And let's see if you could hear this. Trust me, I'm working on letting you guys see it. I need someone to help me with that. Once you guys could see it, oh, it's fun. You know what? Last thing before I go. Let's do a big old tree. And maybe that tree has a few limbs. and actually little white, and just highlighting. That's still too dark. I think more white. You see, I have a shaky hand too. Some people say they can't paint due to a shaky hand or something, but I have a shaky hand, so you could do it. I believe in you, and you should believe in yourself. Some blue and white. No one sign off. This just adds texture to the painting. It doesn't do anything. I thank you for joining me today in this painting journey that um, I was able to spend time with you guys, although I couldn't see you guys, but I know you guys did well. I know you guys tried your best. And if you haven't done this painting, I know you're gonna try it one day. I thank you guys for joining me, and I'll see you in the next painting video, which will be next Monday, I believe. Not Monday, next Wednesday, if I'm not mistaken. So until then, I'd like to wish you the best of luck with this technique. I like to ask God to give you the best of what He can. I give you the best. I ask for the best hope for you. And I'll see you in the next painting. Until then, take care. Happy painting. And goodbye.